Well, thanks for asking me to do this. Chris Albanis. I'm a comprehensive ophthalmologist, which means I'm an eye surgeon. And I also serve as the president of our company and the chief medical officer as well.
Okay, great. So my first question is, do you have a set of ethical principles that you use when faced with difficult questions or situations in your career?
Sure. So in medicine, we're faced with ethical dilemmas every day, for better or for worse. But in life in general, and also in the practice of medicine, my key is honesty, and honesty is the best policy, as we've all heard in our lives. But honesty builds trust, and it's developed through open communication and being upfront with whoever it is that you're speaking with, whether with a patient in my case, or a staff member, or a colleague, making sure that whatever situation you're trying to get through that's creating an ethical dilemma, being honest with that person.
For sure. My second question is, do you think that any particular business question, decision, or situation represents a difficult ethical issue?
Sure. So again, there's certainly many that come to mind in medicine and medical practice. Examples of things that I deal with every day when recommending a treatment plan, for example, for a patient, is, are they able to comply with that plan? And that compliance might mean, if a medication, for example, is being ordered, are they able to pay for that medication? Are they able to travel to the pharmacy to pick up the medication? And then are they able to place the medication in their eyes, typically, for example, in my patients? So these types of ethical dilemmas happen all the time in my world. And we're seeing them now, everyone is seeing them with COVID and the pandemic. Many ethical dilemmas happening throughout our country and certainly our world with that.
Definitely. My third question is, have you faced any obstacles in applying your ethical principles or business situations?
Sure. Obstacles tend to be in the resources of the person that you tend to be dealing with. So in the case of a patient, the resources that we previously discussed, monetary, transportation, abilities, et cetera. In life, I think one of the obstacles is communication again, and it comes down to listening and the ability to of both parties to be able to listen intently as to what the other person is saying, and to see things through the other person's perspective, which can be challenging because we all have our own perspectives on how we see things. But through open communication, again, which really starts with listening, is you can tend to get past some of the obstacles. But that's an important obstacle or a challenging obstacle that can happen routinely.
My last question is, do you have any advice that you could provide for me as I think about ethical issues that I may face as a young woman who will one day pursue a career?
Definitely recommend enhancing learning, rather, how to be a good listener. I think you are one already from what I know about you, but it's a skill. And, whether it's listening to your parents or listening to a colleague, who calls with a challenge, whether they've had a challenge performing their homework assignment or getting to school that day, or dealing with a loved one with a health problem, being a good listener always goes a long way. And then finally, just honesty is the best policy. We're all going to make mistakes in life. We're all going to have some type of failure. For some of us, it's going to come sooner in life than later. But being honest with yourself first, and then with those around you, will get you a long, long way.
Okay, well, those are all my questions I have for you. Thank you so much for your time. This has been so helpful.
You're welcome. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay, thank you so much.